I think we have a lot of challenges in a culture that has known God a lot in the past. Is where is God taking us in the future? And I think the first point is for a church to really go back to its roots. Who is this Jesus that we claim to follow? What does it mean to know God more ourselves? Are we growing in faith? And then how are we living that out where God has placed us? How are we loving those around us? How are we sharing our faith in contexts where people may not be so interested in who God is? And so I think the real challenge for us in the UK is to be the people of God that are standing firm on a knowledge of who God is, that we're growing in faith and that we're seeking to live for Him where He's put us. I see it demonstrated by the many who are responding to the needs of the poor, a concern for fair trade, a concern to go out with the gospel, a concern to reach out amongst the poor. I see it in a concern to live out faith in words and deeds. And I start to see it in a movement of people, especially younger people, who are saying, okay, what is this faith that we claim to profess and how do we live it? And I think it's the living it that's the real question.
From our history, we were communist in the last 17 years, and we're just coming out of communism. The evangelical believers are only 10%, between 10 and 14%. And even those 10 to 14%, their Christianity is not deep in terms of discipleship. We need a lot of discipleship. We expect God to do miracles, developing leaders of integrity.
I see that we need God in a real way, and we need God to unify, and we need God to come and start a fire in the hearts of His people so we can look past the things that we think we can do on our own. One of the ways I see Him doing that is through unity of prayer. I think if believers will just come together and begin to pray and call in the name of Jesus, I think denominations will unify. I think the church will grow and become stronger, and I think we'll see our nation change for the better.
Mi país necesita una mayor transformación. Hay un alto índice, porcentaje de evangélicos, aproximadamente el 12 al 15%, y quizás eso nos dejaría contentos. Sin embargo, en la vida del pueblo ecuatoriano no se refleja la influencia de la iglesia. Creo que el evangelio necesita llegar a un nivel de transformación, no solamente ser parte de una religiosidad, sino de una transformación en el corazón de cada individuo para que eso revolucione y se traduzca en cambios sociales, cambios evidentes. El evangelio es poder de Dios y el poder empieza por reflejarse en la vida del pueblo, en la vida del país y por consecuencia en la vida de la sociedad.
I think God really needs to make us less skeptical and less head-minded. He needs to really help us to be more emotional sometimes. We just need to trust Him that He's able to do it and not just think about the options or possibilities of doing it. And, well, God can do all things, so we just should expect more of Him.